Hello. All right, we took a break from the house because Eli and Caleb wanted to make a Christmas present for one of their friends. So it's a...
Mythosaur Skull from Star Wars.
What's it made out of right now?
Plastic.
And what do you want to do?
Make it have aluminum.
Why?
Be stronger.
Okay.
And cooler.
All right.
And shinier.
So we're going to take some of the red clay. Just going to put some in there. Get it to where it needs to be. Take a stick. Back it in there. Yeah, I should use a bigger stick, but that's okay.
Is it, can you use your hand or you have to use a stick?
You can, but it just stick gets a little bit tighter. Make sure it's nice and level so that when you scrape it off the top, it'll have a nice flat surface. See? I left it a little bit loose, now I take this. Then you gotta identify where you want your gate to be, which I'm just gonna do it up here so we can drill in through there later. We set it on there and we just basically force it in there. Just so it's nice and snug. Then I take, this is too big, but it works. Just kind of pack it around for the parting line. Because when this thing comes out eventually, when we take the other side off, everything could open up and fall a little bit. So it's like nice tight edges. It doesn't have to be perfect. Anyway, take this other side, put it on there, and then, oops, my bad. Before I do that, I almost forgot. Let's take a little talc.
Does it have to be talc or just powder?
Just powder. Well, now put it on there. You should really sift this before you put the first layer on. This is just a quick toy type thing, so the detail will be fine. Then the boys will clean it up afterwards. This is packing against the deal.
Is this clay specifically for sandcasting?
Absolutely it is. It's expensive stuff, but you can reuse it. So I'll do that, pick this up. Clear all the way. I just wiggle it a little bit. Oops. See, it didn't pull off good enough, so I didn't have it packed tight enough. Which I thought it would have, but it didn't. Down again, wiggle it. That's a piece of the clay. I don't like that color there, but it's gonna have to work. Anyway, take this guy, just wiggle it a little bit. Try to not break any sand, which I started a little bit, so I'm gonna pack it in there a little bit again. It's some pretty delicate stuff. Pull the eye out of that one, but that's okay. Need some bad nails from the house to get this. Make the gate.
Which is?
Where the aluminum's going to be poured in. up. Just trying to get all the excess sand out of there. We'll continue the gate here on this side just a little bit. It's just enough to get some aluminum in there.
Well, the stuff that you're using, the tools and sand and everything, where did you get all that?
Bad one from the house. This is a nail.
That nail. Like sand casting thing and the sand and all that.
From the sand casting store. Anyway.
You're so helpful.
Come over here.
Probably like Amazon or something, right?
Sure.
Well, if we can find it, we'll link it in the description.
So I'm just using some extra zip board, putting it down, let that fall there. Then I'm just using F-style clamps because they're metal. Doing here. Eli, tighten this. Tighten it. Tighten it. Other way. There you go. You just, oh, that's good. You just put this on here to keep that sand from coming out. Now we'll come over here. So these are ingots that we made from, I took out some aluminum windows in a house, and instead of scrapping them, we just bring them home, clean them up, melt them down, and then we pour them in a little mini cupcake pan or whatever, and then just make little ingots so we can use it for stuff like this. So you'll bring it over here. We already had it heated up a little bit.
Ooh, I feel that heat.
We already had it on, so anyway, I'm gonna hoist back up. So I start the torch first, aim it in there, and then turn the gas on. Just take the ingot and then you can warm it up a little bit before you drop it in. I always warm the tongs up before I set them on the crucible. Kids, every clear? You can see it. Molten aluminum. It only takes a little bit. That's it. All right, now that it's in there, it sat for 20 seconds or so. Take it out. Clamps inside, still holding it together. And what I'm gonna do is just take the plywood off one side. It just lets more air, cool off faster because you gotta let it solidify. Is there a stick?
So we also talked about casting a chess piece for a trophy for our chess tournament, right? For our homeschool group. We just have to find a chess piece big enough, right? To cast or make one.
If we get a 3D printer.
But that would be the same process.
Yep. So then the boys will they'll drop it where they need to put it in the bucket.